Today is a really exciting day for Tyler and we are on our way to a subscriber's house. I've literally never done anything like this before. I feel like in my personal life, I'm always going through people's makeup bags, like my friends and my family, and I have a passion for helping people curate their perfect everyday routine. My husband and I literally had an aha moment where we were like, wait, we need to do this and capture this process on camera. And so we really want to do this with subscribers, and I just want to help you guys feel confident in your own skin and with your makeup routine, especially on an everyday basis. So we opened up an invitation for you and for me to come into your home and help you with your everyday routine, specifically for you, using the things that you already have, and then hopefully being able to add or subtract certain products or techniques to really help you feel the most confident. Today we're headed to Rachel's house, and she is so darling. She actually has a YouTube channel herself that she started, which I feel like is a little bit intimidating for me just because she already is a makeup expert in her own way. I'm also very nervous. I've never done anything like this before. To be honest, I'm a little bit of an introvert, so this is a little out of my comfort zone, although there is something comforting knowing that it's subscribers of mine, so I do feel like there's a mutual understanding and a connection that's already there versus a complete stranger. She's a busy mom. I really want to help her feel just solid and confident and create a go-to routine for every day. All right, we just arrived at Rachel's house. I'm so excited to meet her. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Knocking on Rachel's door was really nerve-wracking for me, but I'm telling you, as soon as she opened the door, she is such a warm person, and I immediately felt so comfortable. And after we hugged, we chatted for a little while, and I was just so excited to be able to hopefully help boost her confidence when it comes to her everyday makeup routine. I'm so excited to chat with her more. I already let everybody know you have a YouTube channel. Your makeup already looks incredible, but hopefully you'll have some takeaways today, so tell us about yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Rachel. I do have my own makeup channel, like Allie was saying. I started it about 9 months ago, and I focus on testing new makeup. I focus a lot on finding makeup that will work well on my cool undertones.
I definitely stalked her a little bit before meeting her in person. I think her channel is really special, and I love that she films these videos. In addition to being a busy mom, her videos are just really helpful, and I love that she has a little bit of an expertise when it comes to cool tones. In order for me to really understand what type of a makeup routine would best fit Rachel's everyday life, it's important for me to find out more about her comfort level when it comes to makeup, as well as like her backstory as far as what got her into makeup. I love these details because it allows me to start thinking about and curating an everyday routine, taking a lot of things about Rachel's personal life into consideration. What got you into makeup? I kind of want to understand your interest level.
I actually wasn't very into makeup growing up. Maybe my makeup collection consisted of 5 or 6 products, just kind of the basics. And then I actually had a baby, and I struggled with postpartum depression, and I felt like I was kind of losing myself in motherhood a little bit, and I wanted something for me, like something that I could do to take care of myself every day. So I decided that makeup was something I could get into because I could still be at home with my kids, and it would only take a few minutes of my day to kind of put on my makeup. And so I went on YouTube, and I actually found your channel first.
Oh my gosh, first?
Yes.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
And I started watching your channel, and I just loved your positive energy, and you were just so happy, and it made me really happy too, and just learning from you was so fun. Really, I feel like you got me into makeup, truly. And
honestly, it's so meaningful to me to hear stories like this because makeup has always been a sort of therapy and outlet for me, so it's so sweet to hear that my channel helped Rachel out during her postpartum experience, which is full of so many different things. You're navigating so many changes, and I'm so thankful she shared this experience with me because it's truly truly something that I can relate to, and how makeup played a significant role in finding herself again and taking time for herself while also navigating being a new mom.
I'd love to know if there's something specific that you just feel like maybe you still can't quite get a grasp on, or maybe there's something that's new that you'd like to try that's intimidating. How much time do you usually spend on your makeup routine?
I spend probably about 5 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
It sounds like Rachel has 3
I'd say the
main
most
pain points.
Difficult things for me are eyeshadow. I'm definitely not an eyeshadow expert.
She expressed that because of her fair skin tone, sometimes too much eyeshadow can be a bit overwhelming, and I want to show Rachel a really simple way to elevate her eye look while also making it really practical for her lifestyle and for her everyday routine.
Also, concealer is tough for me. I honestly just don't wear it very often because I feel like it always looks heavy. I don't know how to make it look super natural.
Concealer seems to be another huge pain point for Rachel. She doesn't want to feel like something is sitting heavily underneath the eyes, so a lot of times she skips concealer because she feels like it doesn't look natural, which I feel like is the case for a lot of people. Luckily, I have some tricks up my sleeve for this.
And then also just longevity in my makeup, like keeping my makeup looking good and lasting well throughout the day is something that I would like your advice on.
The third pain point that Rachel mentioned is longevity. Because she's a busy mom, sometimes her quick routines don't last as long as she would hope. So I'm hoping to teach her some techniques and also give her some product recommendations that should really help boost the longevity of her makeup without compromising the time she needs to put in and also the natural finish that she's hoping to achieve with her complexion.
I've got some tips that I hope you don't already know. Okay, I'm really excited to dive into your makeup bag specifically. Let's be honest, that's why we're all here. I'm so nosy, honestly. And I just really am excited to see your current everyday routine, see where we can maybe add and subtract some things to help combat some of your pain points, and show me your makeup bag. Okay, let's go.
Before arriving, I asked Rachel to apply her typical everyday makeup routine. It was important for me to be able to get a little bit of a baseline to see the amount of makeup and her comfort level, so to speak, just to ensure that whatever tweaks I made still made her look and feel like herself, but elevated. It's time to take a look inside of Rachel's everyday makeup bag. Doing this is gonna really help me understand not only her full current routine, but also where I feel like I can add or subtract things to hopefully tackle her main pain points.
I really like to have a powder blush and a liquid blush because I'll like do the liquid first and then set with powder. Another blush that I love, this is the Merit Flush Balm. And for bronzers and contours, this is where like cool tones, it can be tricky to find like good cool tone bronzers especially.
Yes.
But yes, I love that one. It's so good. This has been my favorite contour lately, the Anastasia one.
I haven't tried this yet. May I?
Yes, of course.
May I look? Ooh, good color too.
It's a good color.
Yeah.
For complexion, very favorite. I'm sure I got this. You recommend.
I'm so glad you like it too.
Yeah, it's the best. It just looks so natural, which I love. It never looks too heavy. And then I recently got the e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint. Yeah.
How do you like it so far?
I
haven't tried
love
it yet.
it.
Do you?
It's so good. Yeah.
Try it.
I'm having so much fun digging through Rachel's makeup bag with her because I feel like it really tells a lot about a person. In general, I feel like what people have in their everyday makeup routines are products that they usually stand behind and feel really comfortable with. Usually you know something's good if it's in their everyday makeup bag.
Okay, so I really like rarely use concealer, but if I do, then I use this Tower 28
That's a
concealer.
really, really good one.
A powder I've been loving is the e.l.f. Prime Stay.
Yes.
Such a good one, and it's like $4. Okay, so this is the eyeshadow I was
Yes.
telling you
Oh my
about.
gosh, a big Maybelline quad.
Yes. So
Oh,
another
my
eye
goodness.
recommendation.
You've got some good stuff in your everyday routine. I'm like, I really.
It's all thanks to you. Another recommendation from you. The lifter liner. I have the shade Line Leader, and then I've been wearing this mascara lately. A friend of mine gave this to me.
Never even seen this.
Really?
Yes.
It's so good.
Is it? Oh my gosh, I need to go try
You
it.
should try it. It has a primer on one side and then like the mascara on the other side.
Amazing.
And it like truly does not smudge or flake at all.
So I'm standing here going through Rachel's everyday makeup bag and I'm taking notes because you better believe I'm gonna be going shopping right after this because there are some things in her everyday bag that I've never tried, okay? And I'm just so curious. I'm gonna try them immediately.
Lipstick, can't go wrong with. MAC.
Which
This
color?
is Syrup.
See, I've never tried syrup.
Really?
And I hear that
You've
like
got
for
to
cool
try
tone
it.
gals,
I
like
bet
syrup
it
is the
would look
best.
So good on you.
Add to cart.
Brows, the NYX Lifted Snatch.
That's great, yes.
Yeah. And eyeliner. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Grip. Then for brow gel, I like to set my brows with the e.l.f. Laminating Brow Gel.
It's my goal to enhance and elevate Rachel's everyday routine, not do a complete overhaul. I want to get a really clear vision for her realistic everyday routine so that I know exactly what to add and subtract while keeping some of her favorite core products that already exist in her everyday makeup bag. That way her new routine is still familiar and achievable and she's not feeling completely overwhelmed once I leave. I just want her to feel really confident that she can do this updated everyday routine in a realistic way, which is to not completely replace every single product in her makeup bag, but instead to add in a couple of new products maybe, but mostly focus on technique. Do you usually incorporate primer or setting spray, even like a more simple one, or for every day is that something that you usually skip?
I usually skip that step.
Yeah, I mean it's easy too, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you just jump straight into something.
Totally.
I feel like that's where I can maybe help you. I have an incredible primer. Maybe you've already tried it. I'll show you in a second. That I feel like for every day even has really helped me with longevity. I am really hoping to give you those longevity tips and also like the concealer situation. I brought a product actually that I feel like you might really like. That's not quite a concealer, but it will brighten things a little bit and hopefully help you feel like, yeah, just a little more confident and give you what you want from a concealer without the, you know, heaviness that sometimes concealer brings. So I'm gonna have you wash your face. I'm gonna go get my bag and I'm gonna see how we can kind of edit things down or add a couple things and hopefully create your perfect everyday routine. I'm not gonna leave until we do it. Before I put an ounce of makeup on Rachel's skin, it's really important for me to understand her actual typical skincare routine before makeup. Because longevity with her complexion products seem to be a major pain point and something she wants to solve, I really wanted to understand what she's doing before, just in case there was something that she was using in her skincare routine that I felt like could potentially be altering the longevity of her complexion products.
So because my skin is more acne prone, then I like to wash my face with water and then apply this Neutrogena acne treatment. And I like it because it keeps my acne away and it wears really well under makeup. Okay, so for moisturizer, my very favorite is the ELTA MD AM Restore Moisturizer. It's so good. You should try it. It's amazing. I actually just ran out though, so this morning I'm using a combination of these two. Okay. I feel like these together kind of give me what this moisturizer gives. This is like perfect because I have oily and dry skin, like combination skin, like I mentioned. And this one just wears really well on all of the areas of my face. And I feel like this one is slightly more like dewy and this one's slightly more matte. And so together they are like a really great combo. Yeah, and kind of give me what this gives me.
Luckily, Rachel's skincare routine is pretty straightforward and she has great skin. It seems like everything she's using is working really well for her and there's nothing that I feel like she's doing or products that she's applying prior that are really going to be a huge factor in her longevity. So instead, we're gonna add in a primer that's gonna hopefully help set the tone and the foundation, so to speak, for more longevity in her complexion products.
I have a product recommendation. I don't know if you've tried this yet. Have you tried this?
No.
Okay, this is a newer discovery for me as well, but I love it so much and it's one of the only things lately that I feel like has really changed the longevity of my makeup. Like I've tested this in 90-degree weather, like at Disney World.
Wow.
And my makeup looked the same. So I'm pretty confident, yeah, that it will help you. This is the Maybelline Grippy Serum and it literally is like, here, I'll let you feel the texture because it's literally like watery. Or most grippy like primers I feel like are tacky and feel heavy.
Yeah.
This one doesn't.
I'm excited though.
You said that you normally get oily in the T-zone, right? That's like where you normally break down. So we're gonna focus things there. Okay. So this is where I personally would start. I mean, if you were doing your own makeup, I would just slather it and then kind of focus it in the center. Since I'm helping you out, I'm just gonna use a little brush.
Okay.
We're gonna start in the center, focusing on like the T-zone. And I honestly don't even really apply this to the outsides of my face. I just keep it to the areas that I know are my trouble spots, especially since you're more dry on the outside. There's not really a reason to grip too much. I mean, it's fine if it gets on the cheeks or whatever, but I'll focus most of that product.
To even out Rachel's skin tone, we're using the L'Oreal Skin Tint, which is one of my favorites for every day. It really just looks like skin, and this is something that already existed in Rachel's everyday makeup bag, which was perfect. Adding in that extra step of a primer before this tinted serum should really help boost the longevity overall, and I've personally found this combo, the Maybelline primer paired with the L'Oreal Skin Tint, actually play really well together, and you get the longevity from the primer, but then you still are left with a finish because of the skin tint that just looks like skin.
I feel like in order for it to look less broken down and obvious, sometimes like toning down the amount you use all over the face kind of helps. Okay. So just to kind of get a base of evenness, but nothing too crazy. And it's always helpful to blend it underneath the chin and down the neck.
I often skip that stuff.
I know, it's easy to forget. Then I just take what's on the back of my hand. A good way to control coverage, by the way, is to use your hand. I feel like sometimes like just putting things directly on the face is faster, it feels like. But for actual results, hand first, and you can control the amount you're using a little bit more. It's always easier to add more than it is to take away.
When Rachel expressed to me that she wanted a really natural finish when it came to her makeup, and how it's sometimes difficult with her fair, more cool toned skin tone to find products that don't pull too orange, she's saying this to me, and almost immediately a very specific product recommendation pops into my head that I know she's gonna like.
I feel like for your routine, your scenario, something that's quick and foolproof, this product is like something I think you might really like, and the color I think is something you would really like as well. So this is from Makeup by Mario. It's the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. This is in the shade Fair. You literally can't mess this up. It looks like skin. It's so nice. So I'm gonna use this on you. And I actually like to do bronzer first, because when it comes to under eye brightening, you can kind of gauge, you end up using a little less, I feel like, for every day. So we're doing this, it might be out of order, but for me, I think it works really well this way. Yeah, so this is like a gel formula, and you can see it has a nice glow to it.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
So we're gonna start just by applying wherever the sun kind of naturally hits. So forehead, we're gonna go on the cheekbones, into the hairline.
I love that glow.
It's so pretty, but you really, I don't know if you can tell, but you cannot mess this up. It just looks like skin. It gives you the right amount of sculpting and bronzing without looking heavy or muddy. Which I know with like cooler tones, fair skin tone, like the balance between sculpting and looking muddy is a tricky one. So
it really is.
This product I feel like will help with that. Okay. So we've got some more. We could always add a little more powder later. I always do like the creams first, then powders.
I'm really excited to help Rachel hopefully solve her concealer fears by recommending a product to her that I personally love that's gonna give her everything she's looking for in a concealer without feeling or looking heavy around the eye area, which is a huge concern for Rachel. So I'm excited to show her this product, which does what a concealer does, but is in fact not a concealer.
Okay, this next product is one that I think could be a game changer for you. This is from Calibre. It's their Hideaway like correcting concealer. It's kind of similar to that Mario product where it feels very serum-like. So it's not like powdery, cakey, any of that. And I find that you can actually use this without a concealer. A lot of people think that like if you use a corrector then you have to use a concealer on top, but for me, this has been a game changer. So, and it's a really nice like pink, which is hard to find with correctors. I feel like for fair skin, usually they're still too peachy, too dark.
Something I love about this Calibre correcting concealer is actually the shade range. It's really difficult when you have fair skin like Rachel to find a color corrector for underneath the eyes that's not too dark or too peachy and too warm. A lot of the colors out there just look unnatural, but Calibre has one that's the most beautiful cool tone pink that's actually gonna properly brighten her under eyes without creating any sort of obvious color correcting around her eye area, which is what we're trying to avoid completely, since Rachel just really wants to brighten up her eye area without it looking heavy or feeling heavy or creasing. So I really think this product is gonna be something she's gonna love.
So I actually want you to see this.
Okay.
So again, I'm taking it on the back of my hand. You could, once you kind of learn how much you want to use, you could just go directly, but to start, I feel like it's good to just take it on the back of your hand, and then I'll show you right here. So I'm noticing like that you want to focus the most product on the deepest areas. So we're gonna actually go a little bit below this right here.
Okay.
Just to kind of start like brightening right here. And then once we have a little less product on the brush, that's where we can start bringing it up. I feel like a lot of times if you apply it too close to the lash line, or if you don't put it in the right spots, then it can start to look a little bit too heavy.
Yes.
I'm just gonna take my sponge really fast and press this in so you can see.
That is so brightening.
It is. A little goes a really long way, but you can
lot.
also take it on the eyelid if you want to. But you can see like it doesn't look like concealer.
Yeah, no, I really like that.
I don't know if you can tell a difference, but
Yeah,
it's just like
for
it
sure.
brightens, lightens, but it's not makeup-y,
Yes,
so to speak.
I love that.
Yeah.
That looks good. And could I use that as kind of a primer for eyeshadow too?
I think so, yeah. I feel like with this one, like less is more, you know, because it is a little bit more of that serum type product.
I know, I love. I just feel like serum makeup works really well on my skin, like the L'Oreal skin tint.
Yes, for sure. And I feel like that plays a role in the longevity of things as well, just to not have it, I don't know, I feel like the thinner the layers are, the thinner the products are, the more skin-like it looks, the less you're gonna notice like, oh my gosh, the makeup's breaking up, you know? So a lot of it can come down to formula. But I love this product personally. And I'd love to take it like kind of down the sides of the nose. I know that's like kind of an extra tip. You don't have to do that, but
I mean, it's good just to brighten up the whole center of your face, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
If for some reason you feel like the brightening came down too far, which I feel like maybe I got a little carried away, you can take your foundation brush or sponge and just kind of like reapply and blend things out. But I feel like that's a good like in between, not a concealer, hopefully a little bit brighter than usual.
As I'm doing Rachel's makeup, it's important for me to kind of check in with her as we go. Instead of doing like a traditional makeover reveal at the end, because this is her everyday routine, I really want to make sure that everything that I'm doing is aligning with what she's personally comfortable with, as well as allowing her to watch what I'm actually doing as I go, so that when I leave her house, she feels a little more comfortable, confident, and more equipped to recreate these steps and these techniques without me there.
How do you like the coverage? Do you feel like you need a little more? Or
No, I think the coverage level is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's very brightening, and I honestly don't mind when a tiny bit of darkness comes through because I just think it looks natural.
A really common hurdle when it comes to people's everyday routines is longevity, while also making your makeup look natural. And there's commonly a theme around a fear of powder. Because of Rachel's concerns with her longevity and wanting her longevity in her everyday makeup routine to improve, I'm wanting to reassure Rachel the right placement and the right formula when it comes to powder can really be a game changer. And you can really use powder to your advantage without compromising that skin-like natural finish if you use the right amount.
So we'll take her e.l.f. powder. This is a great color, I feel like. And then I'm gonna start to just set the under eyes a little bit. And same thing with setting the under eyes. You're gonna wanna make sure that you start lower versus packing too much up in the crease. And it's good to like, look up for me. It's good to like, you can use your finger for this. I'm just using a brush. Like buff out any product that's settled, then go in and set it. Because I feel like that will, otherwise it locks in the creases, you know?
That makes sense.
So we're gonna focus the powder in the T-zone where you have the most problems, I suppose, the most breaking downing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I am somebody, honestly, who uses a little more powder up front when we're talking about longevity. I feel like sometimes, even if you leave your makeup room in the morning being like, I'm not as glowy as I want, by the end of the day, you can count on your natural oils to come through.
That makes sense.
So if you think ahead a bit and like put a little more powder than you think in just the areas that you know break down, I feel like that helps combat the longevity issue as well. And I feel like the rest of the face, do you notice like much separation on the sides of the face or not as much as the T-zone?
Not as much as the T-zone. I notice it primarily like in between my eyebrows and on my chin.
Yeah. Me too.
Layering powder products over cream products. So for example, layering a powder bronzer over a cream bronzer can really help boost the longevity overall when it comes to complexion. This might not be a need for every day for Rachel, but I'm really wanting to show her this trick just in case she wants to boost the longevity of her bronzer.
If you have the extra time, I feel like layering a little bit of a powder bronzer is a good option every day just to add even more of that warmth and glow. So we're gonna use what's in your kit, and this is the Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer in Sunrise. And I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of layer that right on top of where we applied the Mario one. And I am somebody who is so lazy, like when it comes to like bronzers, I scribble it on my face. So I'll literally be like, yes, we'll put some over here, like we'll put some down here. Because I feel like the tones look more natural when things kind of like go into each other a little bit more than separating, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I love to do a little across the nose, especially in summer.
Yeah, in the summer,
like, you know,
too.
to pretend we've been at the beach more than we have.
True.
I brought Rachel a full box of every product from CERAVE Beauty, which is my beauty brand. Of course, I'm a little biased when it comes to CERAVE Beauty, but these products are genuinely my personal go-tos for every day, and I wanted to incorporate a few of them into Rachel's everyday routine, since I developed every single CERAVE Beauty product to elevate my personal everyday routine, and I'm really hoping that some of these products can do the same for her.
This has everything from CERAVE Beauty,
Oh my goodness.
but I'm wanting to use a brow pencil on you right now. So
I'm so excited about
this is all for you, but we're gonna use dark brown on you, which is the shade I use, but I think it'll be perfect. And your brow, do you normally use like a brow pen?
Yes.
Right? Okay. I feel like, I mean, I'm biased. This is my holy grail for every day. This is literally called Easy Everyday Brow Pencil for a reason.
Oh wait, the packaging is so cute too.
Thank you. It's really, really slim. So for every day, I feel like you don't get the block brows or whatever. It's just, of course I'm biased, but I love it so much.
I feel like brows are often rushed when it comes to an everyday routine, but to me they make the biggest difference. So I'm really wanting to take my time when it comes to brows to explain to Rachel my tips and tricks for brow mapping, brow placement, and just honestly give her my best tips when it comes to brows framing the face and how to make them look the most natural.
So I always brush the brows through first, and then a good rule of thumb for like mapping is you can start here, and you kind of actually want to press into your nose, and so this is where your brows should technically start.
Okay.
Center of the nose here is where you kind of already naturally have the highest point, so we'll mark that. Then from the edge of the nose, end of the eye, here is where it should end. So a lot of times I feel like just kind of learning that for your own face helps your brows look more natural and frames everything and balances everything. So
yeah, no,
we're
that's
gonna use
good
that
to know.
rule of thumb. But I feel like that's where a good pencil, especially with the spoolie on the other side to kind of erase, you know, and blend can really come in handy. I personally love to do some flicks. And we'll go into here. You already have like really nice coloring in the middle of your brows. So it's mostly for you just extending the length a little bit.
I think I was definitely guilty of over plucking at one point.
Yes.
Just never quite came back.
And I always take the spoolie and soften things up. I like to do like most of one, do the other one, and then come back to balance them out instead of going two hand on one.
That makes sense. This eyebrow's a little crazy.
I feel like we all have like one. Like I have one where I'm like I have to work on.
Good to me, and this one does not
Look at it. You know, brows are sisters, not twins.
Wow, that makes such a big difference. I love that.
This is literally my favorite thing to do off camera. So I'm like, I hope this series goes well, so I can do it every day. But yeah, I mean, this shade is just perfect.
Yeah.
For your brows.
After brows, it's time for eyeshadow. Rachel expressed that she wanted to do something a little different when it came to her eyeshadow, but it still needs to look natural and, in her own words, not clown-like. And it also needs to be something that's practical for her everyday. She already showed me her Maybelline quad that she had in her everyday routine, but I'm really wanting to see what other eye products she has outside of her everyday makeup bag to see if we can utilize anything that she already has. And just in case, I did bring a couple of products that I thought she might enjoy.
This isn't your only eyeshadow palette, or is it like your everyday? Or is it your only eyeshadow palette? Has a makeup junkie?
My makeup collection.
Ooh, which color is this?
Frog.
Of course.
Yes, it's the best.
Such a good one.
I feel like it works well. Maybe a teeny bit warm. And
Yes.
Girl.
This is great. This is the ColourPop Going Coconuts. It's such a good one.
My kids broke
Oh,
shades.
happens. This color specifically is like
That is a
everything.
good shade.
Okay, perfect. Well, I feel like for every day, you know, I really don't want to go overboard. I want to be realistic with what you actually do. So I did bring a couple of colors that I felt like you might like, sounds like, sort of similar.
Yes.
So this is actually brand new from Morphe. This is one of the new cream shadows in the shade Debut. I literally just got it.
That looks like a
But
good
it's
shade.
so good, and it's not too dark to where you're like, oh my gosh, eyeshadow. But it's gonna even things out. If you want something a little more bubbed up, this is one of my favorite colors. It's from Lisa Eldridge, but it's a gorgeous taupey mauve. So I would suggest something like this maybe for a night out, and you can add a topper. But for daytime, I feel like something a little lighter would be great. So I'm gonna try this on you. So far, how are you liking things?
I'm loving it.
So far.
I think, like, I love that concealer, or the brightener. And then, honestly, the brows are, like, life-changing, I feel like. They just look so good. I'm like, I don't know, I didn't know my brows could look this good, honestly.
Oh, just had to believe.
I know, I just wanted you to show me.
Oh, I'm so glad.
So good.
So I think this color, I mean, you can watch as well. I think it's just gonna be perfect on you.
I love that because it, like, looks a little bit pinky, too, which I love.
It's perfect. It's not too brown, not too pink, not too purple. It's kind of a perfect mix.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna apply this kind of all over, and you'll see it's not too dark, so it is gonna kind of like brighten up your eyelid, which I think is really pretty actually, especially with lash line. You know, against lash line with mascara for every day. Something that brings a little bit of brightness. I like it personally. You could totally do this with your fingertips as well, with a color like that closely matches. Just blending out with your fingers is a nice little trick for us moms.
Yeah.
I'm actually just gonna put a teeny bit right underneath, just to match everything. And again, since this is not a deep shade, like it's not gonna look heavy, I just like things to look balanced around the eye personally.
I love that.
And then for kicks and giggles, because I love sparkle every day, you could skip this. You could set it with powder if you wanted to. I'm gonna add Frog from ColourPop, which is from your own collection.
Yes.
And it's such a good one. I'm just gonna use my fingertip for this actually.
I love
This goes. And I feel like this is great to apply on top of a cream shadow. It's one of my favorite everyday quick looks. Doing one like cream shadow and then a topper. And for every day, we're not gonna go ham. Just a little bit of Frog.
Yeah, it still looks natural.
You know?
It's time to add a little bit of definition to her eyes. I actually love the brown eyeliner that she already had in her everyday makeup routine. Using a brown eyeliner like Rachel already does is a great alternative to a black eyeliner, especially if you're wanting a little bit more of like a softer definition, and especially for fair-skinned girls that find dark colors around the eye area to be a little bit overwhelming. So what she has is honestly perfect.
So I actually think this color is perfect for you. It's a nice cool tone brown, so we're gonna use that.
Okay.
I personally like to use a little bit of a smudger brush if you have time.
Okay.
Just to kind of soften things, or you can even layer it with a little bit of a dark shadow, which I might do. We'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna kind of scribble a bit of this right into your lash line, and then I'm gonna immediately buff it out a little bit. And sometimes using a shadow liner is gonna help make it a little softer for every day.
Yeah, I've never used one, so yeah, excited. Is this the shadow or the stick that you're using?
So this is your eyeliner,
Okay.
and then I might layer a bit of the shadow on top. I'm just blending in the eyeliner first.
Okay.
And I'll take a little bit of setting spray sometimes, just to, like, I dip into her ColourPop Going Coconuts palette, this top shade, just this soft brown. Sprayed my brush, and it creates like a really nice soft liner.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna smudge this. This really softens things. It's not too much, but it adds like that lash line definition.
Yes, but it still looks so natural.
Very subtle. That's what I like. I like the subtle details, you know?
Yes, it looks really good.
For mascara, Rachel already has a mascara that she loves and uses every day that works really well for her. And when it comes to mascara, because that's such a personal product for people, I felt like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm just gonna have her apply her own mascara from her collection that already is in her everyday makeup routine.
I need to give you a little sneaky peeky of
Oh, that color.
I was like, I want to use this on her so bad.
As she's applying her mascara, I may or may not be taking advantage of this time to show her a sneak peek of a future Revi Beauty product that I am working on that I feel like she would just love. And it's really fun to see her initial reaction.
That like looks like my perfect color. That looks so pretty. Oh my
I
gosh.
was like, I wish this was outside so I could use it.
I feel like
But it's
there's not a shade like that. Like
No.
I've been looking for something like that.
All right, now my favorite part.
Yes, blush. Me
Okay,
too.
so I know you said you love your cool tone purples, which is stunning,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes.
So good.
I love the purple,
But you kind of want
I don't
like
always feel like
another
purple.
option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, I'm influenced. I'm about to like pick up these two, honestly. So I have two, and I kind of want to like get your personal feel for like which one you would like. So this one is one that is a little more of that. It has the purple throughout, but it does also have like a raspberry. So it's more neutral. Like it's cool tone definitely, but it has a slight warmth that's like appropriate, I feel like, for cool undertones.
Okay.
And then, so this is our shade Oasis. These are my big blushes that I crafted. And then this one is called Paradise, which also has a little bit of a mauve, but there is some like toasted warmth in there too. Because I feel like either of these honestly would suit you.
When it comes to my Revie Beauty Endless Diffusion baked blushes, there were two colors that I really felt like would help her inch her way out of her purple blush rut, which there's nothing against a purple blush. And honestly, the blush colors in her everyday collection are absolutely stunning, but I'm really wanting to add color to her cheeks that have a little bit more warmth than the purple ones in her collection without pulling too orange. And while also looking really skin-like and natural while still adding to the longevity that comes from a powder product like this blush without compromising a very skin-like finish, which is honestly why, of course, I love this baked formula so much.
Yeah.
Are you gravitating toward a certain one?
Can we do both?
I never thought you'd ask. She is my type of gal. Thank
They
you.
both look so pretty. I cannot pick.
And I'm gonna start with Paradise as more of a base because this is kind of what I like to call a bronzer in a way.
Okay.
Because it does have a bit of that warmth. So I like to apply Paradise a little bit more like on the outskirts of town, right here.
Wow.
So yes, the thing that's so nice about baked products is just like it melts into the skin. So we'll just do a bit.
That's so perfect for summer.
I know. I literally will scribble. This is another scribbler. I'll put this all over like forehead, nose, everything.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have time to do bronzer, I'll just use this and it adds that perfect. And then Oasis is my baby. I love her so much.
Pretty.
I mean, a little goes a very long way, especially on like fair skin tones. I like to use the
That's
lid,
cool. Yeah.
to just like diffuse it into the brush.
That's smart.
But you can kind of see here, it gives like the prettiest jammy tint.
Yeah.
Tint.
I
So
love
we're
that.
gonna focus this kind of more on the apples of the cheeks. And I like to just start like tapping it in just to like control the amount.
That is pretty.
Do we see the berry coming through?
Yes, I love
So a
berry
little goes
shades.
like a
So
long way
pretty.
again with this color. This is a great one to wear by itself too.
This brush too, my goodness.
Thank
Is this your brush?
Girl, yes.
That feels
I
so
worked
good.
hard on this brush, so thank you so much.
So soft.
Thank you. It's like a little kitten paw, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I think those two
I
look so
really
good
love
layered
that.
together.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you that like purple berry hint, but it is
Yes, but it's not
a little
orangey at
different.
all. Like it,
No.
it like works on me, which is cool because it's hard to find things that work on me.
I love those two together on
Yeah.
you. Gorgeous. Very summery. All right, for lips, we're gonna use something that we might not show too much in depth. This is something that's coming sooner than all the other things. I'm gonna have you actually apply this.
Okay.
But I felt like this shade in particular is going to be one that I think you'll really like. Now this is a long wear formula, so I want you to do one top lip first,
Okay.
and then blur it with your fingertips before it sets. Yes!
I feel so honored to use this.
Okay, so we have a lip liner on, and now I feel like there are two options of lip colors that I feel like you might really like. These are two of my favorites. These are also Revie Beauty. These are Effortless Lips. Dahlia was kind of designed after my own lip color. Lily is slightly warmer, but still not too warm to where I feel like you couldn't pull it off.
Okay.
So is there one that you're like,
I like this one's really
Dahlia?
calling to me.
I'll have
Yeah.
you just go ahead and
Okay.
apply that on top. And you can do as much or as little as you like. They're buildable, so feel free to like layer it or just keep it.
Yeah, that's really pretty. I like this color a lot.
It's nice on you.
I like the size of this too because it's like perfectly fits my lips. I feel like
it's not too big, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna top it off with our favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Oh.
Kylan will not shut up about this. Do
you love it too?
I have it on right now.
Really?
They've gone through 100 tubes.
For extra hydration, and honestly, you could, if you wanted to, just do whatever your lip liner is, and then this on top. I do that a lot for every day. But it's just a nice, like, extra boost of shine and hydration.
It's so important for me to ask Rachel for her honest feedback with this routine, especially since this is her makeup look that she's hopefully going to be recreating. It's really important for me that she feels confident with the coverage level, the product placement, etc., and that at the end of the day, she still feels like herself.
We are going to assess the situation now. So looking at everything, is there anything that you would change, add, subtract? Because obviously, like, I have my way of seeing things, but ultimately you know your face best. So I am open to hearing like anything you would add or take away or critique, because I want you to feel like you know?
Yeah. No, I'm really liking it. Looks good. Maybe like a tiny bit more foundation, just my chin.
Yeah, for sure.
But other than that, I really love it. I'm like blown away by my brows. Like truly. Like, my brows have never looked this good.
Oh my gosh. That makes me so happy. We'll do a little bit more. And obviously you know like the level of coverage that you like, so I always like to like do less. You can always add more. So when I'm doing someone else's makeup, I would rather be like more concealer here than like I feel too picky. Yeah. And then we've got some more longevity tips for you. I have 2 holy grails.
My main goal with Rachel's look is longevity with her complexion products. And while we tackled some of it with the primers and by laying powders over creams, my best complexion product longevity hacks lies in the final steps of this routine.
Setting spray I really do feel like will help you. And it's, you know, it doesn't take too much longer, but I think it makes the biggest difference in the world. This is my current favorite. It's like, I had some holy grails, and this is like brand new, but it's the Fenty one.
Cool.
There's great ones at the drugstore as well, but this in combination with that Maybelline one is what I wore to Disney World.
Nice.
In the 90-degree weather, that's why I'm so like, passionate about the combo. And then one of my favorite drugstore finds, the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. And this is something that we'll actually apply after setting spray, which is a trick that I feel like feels like it won't work or like it'll look too dusty, but it's a game changer. So here we go. 'Cause I am not shy. I really like to go in.
I feel like when I do it, it's like I do it too close to my face. So this is good to know.
It'll just give you more of an even thing, and then you won't worry about like the splatter of things. Sometimes it can spit at you with cleaning. I always like to take my sponge after too and just tap anything. I mean, your skin already looks so fresh and glowy, so there's not too many powders to tap in, so to speak.
Using powder after a setting spray can feel so counterintuitive, but I swear by this hack, it has changed the game when it comes to longevity. If you've never tried this and you struggle with your makeup looking good for hours and hours, just give it a go. It's honestly life-changing.
But you kind of want to work semi-quickly to do the powder after setting spray. Like you want the setting spray to feel still a little tacky, and then you only focus it where we have longevity issues. So I'm just gonna kind of like press and roll right into the areas where I feel like you're gonna get more glowy. And it's okay if it looks a little more matte right when you're like leaving the house versus, you know, because your natural oils will still come through. This is also a great touch-up powder, I feel like.
Yeah, that's like magic. Like my pores are just
like
gone
like
right
erase
there.
the pores,
That is cool.
It's like my favorite little trick, and I don't know, it seems like an extra step, but to me, for longevity, it's like non-negotiable. Okay, we're gonna top things off, finish things off with your brow gel.
Here is Rachel's final everyday beauty routine. And just to remind you, I'm not here to do a complete overhaul and make Rachel look like a different human. And while those makeovers are so fun, I really just wanted to elevate her existing everyday routine, and I really feel like we achieved that. Just to recap, Rachel really wanted to find something new to do with her everyday eyeshadow routine that was still realistic and that didn't overwhelm her skin tone. So to keep things fresh, using that Morphe cream eyeshadow in the shade Debut helped to add a really beautiful beautiful light soft pink base to the eyes. And then we added something a little bit special by using the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Frog, which is something that she already has in her collection and is a classic and a staple in my personal routine as well. We then added a really beautiful soft definition using her existing brown eyeliner in her makeup bag just to add back in that definition along her lash line in a really soft way. We also layered that with a matte brown shadow to create a bit of a shadow liner look, which again is just such an approachable, beautiful way to add definition that's not overwhelming along the lash line. We also elongated her brows slightly to perfectly frame her face. Then instead of concealer, we used a serum-based corrector formula from Cali Ray to give her the brightness around the eye area that she's looking for without the cakiness that can come with a typical concealer. We boosted the longevity of her complexion products with a primer, a setting spray, and a powder, and helped her branch out of her purple blush rut by layering slightly more neutral tone blushes that still complement her cool skin tone while adding in that slight bit more warmth.
I hope you learned a couple of things. I'd love to actually hear what your main takeaways were from today. Like, did you learn anything?
Yes, I for sure learned so much. So I'm so excited about that concealer. I can't wait to start using that every day because it does just look so natural. Like, it doesn't even look like I'm wearing concealer, but it adds so much. Like, it's brightening my face a lot and covering up some of that darkness. And then I'm loving these blushes. I'm so excited to keep wearing these. I love it because it's not purple like I always wear, which I love purple blushes, but it's fun to have something that looks a little bit more sun-kissed, especially in the summer. The powder is looking so good too in my T-zone.
With Rachel's everyday makeup routine, we didn't completely change every single product. She already had quite a few incredible products in her makeup bag, which made sense honestly since she's a bit of a makeup expert herself. So what I'm really hoping she notices with this new elevated everyday makeup routine is that boost of longevity. So I asked her to literally text me and tell me if she noticed a difference when it came to longevity by adding in those steps that we did today.
Hi guys, it's Rachel. So I've been wearing this makeup for about 8 hours now. Allie did my makeup this morning and I'm really impressed with how well it's held up throughout the day today. Usually by the end of the day, my makeup is breaking up pretty significantly in my T-zone and I haven't noticed that today. So I'm really excited about the new primer that Allie used on me and I'm excited to have that in my makeup kit and to keep using that because I think it works really well. I also am loving the blush and bronzer. I can still see a lot of color and glow from the blush, which I think is so pretty, and I think those are just stunning products. So I'm really excited to keep using those as well. I did reapply some of the lipstick, but the lip liner I haven't had to reapply. It stayed on so well, and usually lip liners don't last very long on me, but this lip liner has held up really well. So I'm really excited about that product as well, and I think it looks so pretty. So thank you so much, Allie, for doing my makeup. I'm still in shock that I got to film with you this morning. It was so fun and such a great experience.
Rachel is literally the sweetest human on the earth. I had the best day with her, and I was so happy when she texted me and told me that she did in fact notice a difference in the longevity of her makeup. That was my main goal, and it made me really, really happy because she really noticed a difference. I went ahead and bought her the products that we used on her since it seemed like every single thing we added really did work well. And this way she can confidently recreate the routine that we did together by herself at home on an everyday basis. Rachel honestly left me feeling so fulfilled and so warm. She has such a sweetness to her and a warmth to her that made me feel so comfortable immediately. And I'm just really thankful to have hopefully helped her elevate her everyday routine. It brought me so much joy and fulfillment to connect with her in this way and in such a personal way. I'm just really thankful that she allowed us to come into her home and rummage through her makeup bag, and I genuinely left feeling like this was the start to a really sweet new friendship. Next time on Elevate Your Everyday Beauty, come with me to another subscriber's house. We are going to be elevating Sherry's everyday routine as a busy swim instructor. Fingers crossed that we can help her out.
The wrong house. I'd be like, hi, what do you wear every day for makeup?